All right, and welcome back to the Velmet stream. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good night. We just spent a whole ton of time talking about Israel-Palestine, and now I think it's time to kind of let's get a little levity going here. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Save the Children Convoy. They are the dipshits behind a lot of the anti-LGBTQ stuff that's been happening. We talked about this a little while ago about how basically the far right has been massively fractured because of the Palestinian crisis. These guys have unconditional support for Israel, and a lot of the Muslim community leaders, of course, support Palestine. And a lot of them were involved in those initial protests. And so they've tried to do these rallies again, and it's just not working. And so it's completely falling apart. So these guys believe that, like all of our teachers are grooming our children to be molested. And it's part of like the whole cabal of it all goes back to like it's QAnon adjacent and Trump adjacent and all that dumb shit. So like January 6th adjacent. So this is an older article, so we'll just go through this briefly. What is the Save the Children Convoy, and what do they really believe? Canada's latest convoy mixes anti-LGBTQ paranoia, far-right conspiracies, sovereign citizens, pseudo-legal beliefs, and new age spirituality. Oh, it's just everything about it is just perfect. Look at all these guys. Comes to us by Luke Lebrun, and this is from PressProgress.ca. Over 100 conspiracy theorists have been camping out in a farm field 40 minutes east of Ottawa for 3 weeks, plotting to replace Canada's government. Not only has the group staged daily protests near Parliament Hill, resulting in several criminal charges and one man getting tasered by police, a dozen members of the group were recently invited into the House of Commons by one of Pierre Poilievre's Conservative MPs. That's especially eyebrow-raising given that the leader of the group has been calling for jailing politicians and installing a new government. Thank you, Arnold Viersen MP, for coming out and standing with your people protesting from Alberta. Look at this fucking guy. Multiple individuals who attended the convoy's secret in-person planning meetings earlier this summer told PressProgress the group's leaders discussed plans that allegedly could involve potential acts of domestic terrorism. Yeah, that's fine. You definitely want to advertise your crimes to the newspaper that's interviewing you. And we'll get into like how this writer, Luke Lebrun, how he introduces himself to these people. Because these people are convinced that they're being duped by fake reporters. They claim to be other people when they're in fact reporters. And they're doing secret investigative journalism. And this guy introduces himself as like, "Hi, I'm Luke Lebrun. I'm from PressProgress. It's a newspaper." It's so funny. Well, we'll get into that. But yeah, someone who clearly identifies as a reporter, the last thing you want to do is advertise that you're doing acts of domestic terrorism. While neither Viersen or Poilievre have disavowed this group, the so-called Save the Children Convoy is causing significant alarm. Some Freedom Convoy influencers, far-right groups, and Maxime Bernier's People's Party have already distanced themselves from it. So what is the Save the Children Convoy? What does this group really believe? Here's why even people inside Canada's far-right circles are concerned about the group. Where do they come from? They first emerged this summer following a wave of increasingly emboldened anti-LGBTQ rallies targeting schools and drag storytime events, and was further buoyed by the cult popularity of the QAnon-adjacent film Sound of Freedom. Yes, I remember that. I definitely saw some God's children are not for sale signs at the anti-LGBTQ marches that I went to, that I counter-protested at. In July, a private Facebook group called Save the Children Convoy 2023 appeared and began organizing in-person meetings in locations across Canada, including Nova Scotia, PEI, New Brunswick, Quebec, Ontario, and Alberta. Participants say organizers took away their phones before sharing details of their plans. I finally saw my first "God's Children Are Not for Sale" bumper sticker. Perfect. Oh, man, just the brainworms of these guys. It's just is incredible. Okay, so here we got some flyers. Very nice. Look at these guys using the Solidarity Fest. How dare you? In late July, a number of participants at these secret in-person meetings began disavowing the convoy, alleging lead organizers have been describing plans that could lead to involve potential acts of domestic terrorism. That's right. Yeah. So we covered this a little bit. Multiple participants at these meetings told PressProgress these plans included sending 3 convoys to Toronto, Ottawa, and Tofino. Oh, this gets so good. One convoy would occupy Toronto's financial district and wait for police to begin clearing the streets. When this happened, a second convoy would surprise police, forcing them to surrender. A second convoy would surround government buildings, place members of parliament under citizens' arrest, and force them to agree to their demands. And in Tofino, now if you don't know where Tofino is, that's out in the west coast in BC. It's a very popular surfing town. A third and final convoy would confront the Freemasons in the seaside surfing village of Tofino, British Columbia. Some convoy supporters believe secret pedophile rituals take place in Masonic lodges. Cool. Yeah. Yep. Again, zero evidence of any of this. They just decided the Freemasons have to be involved. Which reminds me of my favorite. Whenever you gift a sub to someone in chat, this little ditty pops up.
Through this video, your friend is sharing with you a better understanding of who the Freemasons are, what they believe in, and what they do.
In late September, Toronto police took the surprising step of shutting down parts of downtown Toronto in response to intelligence suggesting the Save the Children convoy was headed to Queen's Park. That convoy never materialized. I remember that too. There was like just empty streets in Toronto that they were like closing off. Police were anticipating us, and none of these clowns showed up. And in the second counter protest that I went to a couple weeks ago, where I got to see my sign, my lovely Workers of the World Unite Against Hate sign appeared on the news. There was like 12 of these clowns showed up. And there's about 200 of us, 200 extremely based, wonderful LGBTQ queers and allies. And it was just a wonderful, it was basically a dance party. They were handing out candy and water and snacks and just waving flags at traffic and getting honked at, like in a good way. It was awesome. Just good vibes all around. On October 2nd, the convoy set up a base camp next to in a lot next to a farm field near Castleman, Ontario. The camp has since quadrupled in size from 30 vehicles to about 100. So here's the video showing the growing size of Save the Children convoy. Looks like they've gone to about 110 vehicles this weekend from 30 a couple of weeks ago. So there's a little tour here of the parking lot commune. This was, I think at this point, they still hadn't figured out the toilet situation. I assume everyone has COVID. That's why that guy's coughing. Because they're all anti-vaxxers. Okay, so there's a couple portaloos. But yeah, they were pooping in tents at one point. Like, they're setting up tents and just having people shit in them. Leave our children alone flag. Lots of Canadian flags. It's a whole hodgepodge amalgamation of nonsense. People's cars covered in manifestos. Yeah, bring your children. Pull them out of school. Why not? There's no narration. I'm gonna turn this down. So yeah, it's just people setting up. It's just, oh yeah, have your campfire. That's cool. Just show up and camp. Right? And it really makes you wonder, who are the types of people that can afford to do this? That can engage in, you know, hardcore right-wing... Hang on a second. Look under this chair. Someone shit themselves under this chair. That's what it looks like. But anyway, my point is, who has time? And I'm thinking it's like, you know, your petty bourgeois class. That's what we saw on January 6th. That's the type of people who have time and the money to fly to DC to cause trouble. And it's the same sort of shit. The trucker convoy was mostly, it was like 80% like owner operators, Not a lot of workers that were represented at the trucker convoy because workers don't have time and they can't afford to take that kind of time off. It's your petty bourgeois, so-called middle class, who tend to be the most reactionary in times of crises. And this is one of the reasons where one of the groups where we see the rise in the roots of fascism. We can laugh at them now, but we should also be weary of, dismissing these people. We should also take them seriously. But for now, it's really, really funny to watch them shit themselves in these chairs and just tie tents and make tarps and shit. Yeah, they're pretending to be homeless is what they're doing. You have homes to go to. This is what I'm saying. Like, I know it's probably not a very popular opinion, but I kind of came to the realization that the reason fishing and hunting and camping, these are leisure activities, right? Because we've made them obsolete as a mode of production, they are now leisurely. That's why having personal gardens, right? A lot of anarchists advocate for having personal, individual plots of land for gardening. Like that's petty bourgeois. I don't want to say nonsense because, like, there's nothing wrong with having your own garden. It's just that having it as an antidote to capitalism is completely nuts and counterproductive. But yeah, no, these just come on up for a few weeks. Take some time off. Why? It's not like you have a mortgage to pay. Like, this looks like if all the world's major cities got nuked, like, this is what small town folks would do. They would start to gather in small little communes like this. For the good of everybody. This is just, saving your children from pedophiles? Ontario Ministry of Environment records show Lamoureux Pumping, a local septic and holding tank cleaning company, currently holds a permit to use the site for disposing liquid waste, including slaughterhouse blood and water. Mario Lamoureux, the owner of Lamoureux Pumping, was a proud participant of the 2022 Freedom Convoy occupation, where his vehicle was stationed outside the Senate of Canada, hauling a trailer with 4 porta potties. Okay. So they're getting their portaloos from a guy who owns the land. He has a permit to dump slaughterhouse blood and water. Okay, so this commune is literally built on sewage waste and slaughterhouse blood. So that's cool. This should say we shit together. It says it says we stand together. The size of the convoy's base camp has at times housed over 110 vehicles and approximately 150 people, although those numbers tend to fluctuate and grow larger on weekends. Gordon Berry, one of the founders of Save the Children Convoy and a prolific live streamer, denies he is the group's leader, but instead calls himself the convoy's messenger. Berry is from Kentville, Nova Scotia. Prior to the pandemic, Berry worked as a contractor installing bathtubs and repairing coffee machines at Tim Hortons franchises. In 2021, Berry ran as a provincial politician with an ultra-libertarian fringe party called the Atlantica Party during Nova Scotia's 2021 election. He later participated in Freedom Convoy events in 2022 around the Maritimes. Berry says he was also involved in a group that served 11 or 12 police stations with documents over crimes relating to COVID-19 vaccines. Oh my God. Yeah, just make it up. That's fine. Just make shit up. On social media and his lengthy live stream videos, Berry often references conspiracies about vaccines, chemtrails, 5G cell phone towers, and themes connected to QAnon. In an interview in July, Berry told PressProgress he believes the floods that devastated Nova Scotia this summer were geoengineered by the federal government to put out wildfires. Holy fuck. Okay, so this is obviously the 5G tower. They're injecting mercury directly into our children's brains, forcing them to take Ritalin. Oh, here's a mountain of skulls, obviously. The kid is chained to a smart meter. And he's got a cup of fluoride. Oh, this is incredible. Airplane spitting out a giant wire that says aluminum. This is almost like a Ben Garrison drawing here. During the earliest stages of the convoy, Barry received significant support from Elliot McDavid, an Alberta man who made headlines last year aggressively harassing Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland. McDavid helped coin the name Save the Children Convoy and produced several videos that have been viewed over 500,000 times on TikTok, hyping up the convoy, although to date, McDavid has never left Alberta to join the base camp near Castleman. A significant number of convoy members located at the base camp are francophones from Quebec affiliated with Norman Blanchfield's Bridges to Freedom group, which released a manifesto calling for Justin Trudeau's resignation and amnesty for everyone arrested in connection to the Freedom Convoy and violating pandemic public health orders. Other convoy leaders include a number of past Freedom Convoy influencers. I have a feeling we'll see some of these. Tyson Billings, a.k.a. Freedom George, was Pat King's sidekick and spent several months in prison for his role in 2022 Freedom Convoy occupation of Ottawa. Billings is a born-again evangelical and has worn straight pride shirts in recent live streams. Cool. Smart dude. Ron Clark is a self-described freedom advocate who describes his participation in last year's convoy in Ottawa as a mission from God. Clark organized Freedom Convoy events in 2022 and was a lead organizer of a flop convoy to Winnipeg last winter. Jim Kerr, Papa Bubbles, that's a great name, was a regular at Freedom Convoy events and anti-public health protests during the pandemic, arriving in a Burning Man-themed psychedelic school bus, which he calls the Church of Bubbles. That's cool. So a school bus that says Church of Bubbles pulls up to your convoy, and you're like, yup, this is our guy. While Save the Children Convoy organizers and influencers seemingly subscribe to every conspiracy under the sun, there are 4 recurring themes that broadly animate the group. Anti-LGBTQ+, paranoia, and far-right pedophile conspiracy. This is classic. This goes all the way back to... this could probably even be traced back to like the protocols of the Elders of Zion, in which Jews were stealing Christian babies for like blood sacrifice. And so there's always a pedophile thing involved in all of these conspiracies. Beta! The Save the Children Convoy emerged directly in response to the anti-LGBTQ rallies this spring and other far-right conspiracies revolving around pedophiles. During a June 4th live stream, Barry drew an explicit link between the goals of Save the Children Convoy and anti-LGBTQ paranoia sweeping through Canadian right-wing circles. We've got a trans agenda that is taking off all across the world at the same time, and people believe it's a fight for rights for trans people. None of us give a shit about what they do or don't do. What we give a shit about is protecting the kids from being exposed to things they don't understand. Barry proceeded to connect this paranoia about the trans agenda to conspiracy theories about the World Economic Forum, the United Nations, and the World Health Organization. Yes, 0.33% of Canada's population is definitely involved in the World Economic Forum. And these are people who are one of the most marginalized minorities like in our society, who desperately just want to live and be left the fuck alone. You're right. They're fucking orchestrating an entire incredible conspiracy against you. When they're not, like, yeah, it's protect trans kids is all I'm saying. Barry proceeded to connect his paranoia about the trans agenda to conspiracies about the world. Oh yeah, I read that already. And then when you combine that with the WEF and the UN and the WHO and they're pushing the minor attracted people is okay. No one said that. And they're pushing for kids to have sexual experiences at the age of toddlers. And all these things should be normalized. And when you look in the schools and you look at the curriculum, they're starting to push to these kids about sex. This is ridiculous. A month later, Barry and other organizers posted memes in the Convoy's Facebook group featuring Freemason imagery and claims that the UN and WHO were instructing schools worldwide to have pedophilia normalized. Amazing. How do we ever take these people seriously? It's incredible. Barry has also connected his belief in society-wide coordinated campaign to promote pedophilia with other unsubstantiated conspiracies about the Prime Minister. A Cupcake Star says, it's funny they think bourgeois governments give a shit about anyone but themselves. Yeah. What I'm trying to tell you is Trudeau is a pedo, Barry said on a May 23rd live stream. This whole pedophilia thing, they're trying to make it normalized with minor attracted persons and all this bullshit. It's pedophilia. That's not safe for our children, and we've got to protect them. And I will say right now, I have not read all of the curriculum, I will admit, but I guarantee nowhere are you going to find the phrase minor attracted persons in any of the curriculum. Save the Children Convoy is firmly rooted in anti-LGBTQ plus paranoia. The group is also steeped in the language and mythology of QAnon. QAnon is best understood as... Okay, we all know who QAnon is. One of my favorite conspiracies of all time is the QAnon conspiracy. It like, the amount of brainworms that you need to follow it and believe in it is astounding. As the New York Times previously explained, after social media platform began cracking down on QAnon content, its supporters pivoted to the fuzzier hashtag Save the Children as a way to evade bans and mainstream their ideas. What's odd about this is that they never got a cease and desist from the Save the Children Foundation, which reports on like child soldiers and children killed in war. You know, people who actually care about children. And the leader of the convoy is clearly familiar with QAnon. Facebook, Barry posted content using the hashtag Save the Children hashtag in direct connection with Pizzagate and a supposed global elite pedophile ring that runs Hollywood. Barry has also shared videos connecting the child protection services, abortion clinics, deep state, satanic ritual abuse, and child sacrifice. It's our job and responsibility to protect the children. According to Barry, Save the Children Convoy name was coined with help from his friend out west, Elliot McDavid. McDavid believes the government of Alberta is producing child pornography and claims children are being hunted down like animals and thrown in a rail car by degenerates on horseback. So these trans girls on horseback. Is this a coded fantasy of these guys? Like, is this what they want? I want a trans girl on horseback to throw a lasso over me and throw me into a van. I think I'm connecting my own dots here. Are they projecting their own fantasies onto conspiracy theories? Other individuals connected to the convoy have promoted the QAnon slogan, where we go one, we go all, both in their online profile descriptions and in postings mocking police for arresting and criminally charging convoy members. Freedom fighters. Oh, look at these fucking idiots. One truck at the Castleman base camp, owned by New Brunswick resident Sylvian Sinclair, also prominently displays a QAnon bumper sticker. Sinclair also posts a similar message on his account. QAnon is like a buffet for conspiracy theories. It lets people pick and choose their favorite conspiracy theories, and then they do all the mental gymnastics to tie them all together. Like, some of the QAnon documentaries I watched, like, it's incredible. Some of these people quit their jobs to follow QAnon. They would get addicted to cocaine because they didn't want to miss a Q drop. And so they would just stay up for days on end doing coke. Some of them lost their marriages, and then they hooked up with other QAnon people. It was astounding. Alex Jones had trans porn open on his phone browser. That's true. I don't know if I'd necessarily say all transphobes, but it would be really funny if there was a correlation. Sleep deprivation, and stimulants cause psychosis. Yes, I don't doubt that. QAnon dipshits have gone as far as murdering their families to own the libs. In a recent speech calling for the replacement of Canada's government, Barry asserted he believes white hats, QAnon slang for the government and military officials quietly working behind the scenes to help Trump in his battle against the deep state, are working to replace Canada's system of government. This is a construction worker term. It refers to the foreman or hire who shows up on site. Despite the influence of QAnon-inspired activists on the convoy, other members of the Save the Children Convoy are split. Chat room messages on the convoy's private Facebook group show supporters debating whether or not QAnon content should be banned. These QAnon posts should be banned from the site, said one convoy supporter. Several others agreed, including one who suggested the focus must be on kids only. Leave the Q peeps alone, for Christ's sakes. They're on our side, disagreed another supporter. Q people are good Christians. I'm sure they are. New Age and spiritual warfare. There's another big influence on the thinking of the Save the Children convoy that might come as a surprise. New Age spirituality. Previously unlikely allies for the far right, during the pandemic, some followers of New Age spirituality, natural health and wellness fads were radicalized by anti-vaccine sentiment, pandemic conspiracies, including QAnon. In fact, Convoy briefly operated a second base camp at a horse energy healing center in Phelpston, Ontario, that offers group meditation and spiritual healings led by horses. Oh my God. Horse energy healing. New images coming in from the second Save the Children Convoy base camp in Phelpston, Ontario. The Church of Bubbles guy just showed up on scene and discovered an abandoned base camp destroyed by a rainstorm. Oh, hell yeah. I hope he's mad.
Their stuff crashed. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Hello!
I've seen so much Israel atrocity war footage that I thought that was a dead body for a second.
Anybody here?
Oh my God. There's some pumpkins.
We got some flip tents and stuff. Some other stuff.
It's
We
just,
need to get these guys up and running. Oh, they got more property though.
I love this guy's phone from like 2009.
Wow. Oh.
Oh. Save the Children Convoy leader frequently refer to themselves as spiritual warriors, and Barry claiming on a September 25th live stream that they are battling a spiritual war against dark people with a dark agenda who are full of dark energy. That's how we win that battle spiritually, and we can't win. We do not utilize spiritual powers, spiritual warriors, and the energetic side of it, because that's what they have over us. They are demonic. They have evil energy. They throw that evil energy at us, the dark spirits at us, and we have to win that in the spiritual realm. Again, like, they think that, you know, trans girls have like special powers because that's all they think about. They desperately want trans women to be witches, basically. And the reason why I constantly refer to trans women is because that's who they fear the most. Trans men do not exist in their minds. Trans women they could be chasers, I don't know. But that seems to be their primary focus, because trans women are supposedly the ones that prey on innocent women and girls. Trans men are not a threat to them. Barry insists he and his convoy followers can manifest a change in Canada's government and indeed save the children simply by focusing their minds, channeling their energy, and increasing their vibrations and frequency. To that end, Barry claims the Save the Children convoy is receiving help from God. I know that there's been help from the spirits and the Creator and God. The journey hasn't been easy, and there's been some significant roadblocks that were miraculously taken care of. In addition to God, Barry suggests he receives help from light workers, a term sometimes used in QAnon and New Age conspirituality circles to describe enlightened souls who use their energy to help others, such as former U.S. President Donald Jambalaya Trump. One of those light workers is Barbara, a Canadian woman living in Italy who has been leading morning meditation sessions for convoy supporters online, leading supporters to envision a cone of light protecting convoy supporters in downtown Ottawa. Oh my God. Light workers, healers, earth angels, and more. We need to come together as one and fight the spiritual war. Barbara is also the leader of an anti-chemtrails group, because of course she is, and holds other meditation sessions focused on encouraging first contact with benevolent galactic beings. Barry and Barbara recently created a private Facebook group called Great Awakening 2023, Shifting the Consciousness, which is described as a spiritual warrior group. Okay. Great Awakening, Shifting the Consciousness. This could easily be the title of a Marxist paper. Sounds like meth with extra stabs. The group shares inspirational memes about energy and consciousness, as well as videos claiming humanity can force the planet Earth to quite literally shift dimensions simply by raising the frequencies and vibrations in their bodies. You know, if you were a concerned parent who, like, was upset about the curriculum and, like, you get involved in protesting it and you just see this shit, like, how do you just not walk away? Like, oh my God. These people are nuts. Oh yeah, of course they're sovereign citizens as well. Another defining feature of the Save the Children Convoy is a set of beliefs that revolve around amateur and incorrect legal arguments rejecting the legitimacy of the government and of the judicial system itself. If you want to have a fun time, look up sovereign citizens getting tased. Kurt Phillips, an extremist researcher and board member with the Canadian Anti-Hate Network, has noted the convoy is heavily influenced by the sovereign citizen movement. It appears to be motivated to a significant degree by a sovereign citizen ideology that rejects the authority of the state and replaces it with a pseudo-legal belief that suggests they have what amounts to be a secret formula of legal phrases that will take them out of the system, Phillips previously told PressProgress. Barry and other convoy influencers have advised supporters not to register the births of babies, claiming the state has no authority over children with no birth certificates. The legal system does not apply to men or women. The legal system applies to corporations. That's a fiction they created with the birth certificate fraud, Barry explained in a recent speech. The bottom line is they have no jurisdiction. Barry has also frequently expressed his desire to replace Canada's government and install a so-called de jure government, a vague system of governance he believes emerges naturally from organic social structures and rooted in whatever he thinks is the law of nature. McDavid echoed this call during an early live stream in July. The entity known as Canada is a corporation. It's a business. Don't let them fool you. It's time to take this country back because the children are really depending on us. We will take you from power. You're a de facto government. We will not listen to anything you say. We're going to have a de jure government in this country. So and this is why, this is interesting, because Haas has often said that he finds brotherhood with conspiracy theorists and MAGA people. We remember that, right? And I think this is why. Because, like, on its surface, there's an anti-capitalist argument to be made here. And let me just find my favorite Haas clip of all time. Oh, God, I have no idea if I still have it. This is going back in my bookmarks. Did I not bookmark it? Oh, here it is.
Phony, fraudulent. You fucking fake, phony, fraudulent pieces of shit. You fucking academic cocksuckers who are just repeating what your fucking authorities told you. You are scum in my eyes. I hate you. I fucking hate you. And that is why I will always, always be able to sit down with conspiracy theorists and MAGA people, and those are my brothers in humanity. And you Marxists, you are the biggest scum of the earth. You fucking...
Anyway, so that's what Haas thinks of Marxists. The convoy's leaders' misunderstandings of law have also led them to believe they have the lawful authority to place politicians and police officers under citizens' arrest. We've had the legal right for almost 100 years or better to set a de jure government. Go figure, he seeks brotherhood in gullible idiots who believe anything they're told, as long as someone tells them the government doesn't want you to know it. Yeah, I don't know. I just made that connection. I'm like, this is why Haas likes to hang out with these people. And that's why he hates Marxists who challenge him. These police should be arrested, and these politicians. I mean, like, again, like, this is where I don't necessarily disagree, but we just have different reasons. What is wrong with putting these people in prison for the crimes that they have committed and setting a system in place that benefits the people? That is easily something that, like, Trotsky could have written. But again, context is completely fucking different. Okay, so you want a system in place that benefits the people. Okay, well, let's try socialism. No, that's commie left-wing bullshit. I strongly believe these people are one lost argument away from bringing out the K word. What's the K word? Is that the bad word for Jews? The slur? Is that what you mean? Yeah, okay, all right. All right, I gotcha. The emphasis on New Age spirituality also overlaps with the influence of sovereign citizen movement on the Save the Children Convoy's belief system in important ways. Oh, you know what? This also goes a long way to explain why Hawes supported the trucker movement. He was 100% in favor of it. The convoy leaders repeatedly asserts that the power of the government and legal system is only an illusion. He proposes meditation as a way to escape this matrix society. Oh, there it is. There's that Andrew Tate fucking nonsense. Also, Matrix Society, again, a movie made by two trans women. And the entire movie, especially the first one, is an allegory for, transness. I've said this the whole time. We're living in this inverted reality where right is wrong and up is down, Barry told supporters on a September 27th live stream. We have the power to create our own reality. You mean like how trans people, if given gender affirming care, also have the power to create their own reality or live their genuine, true life. Anyway, so that's a quick run. That wasn't very quick. I apologize, but that is a rundown of who these clowns are. And now now that we're caught up of who they are, we're going to find out what they've been up to for the last couple weeks. Like, let's check in on them and let's see how they're doing.
Look that. Oh, amazing.
So I think this is like an indigenous lady watching them erect a teepee. Save the Children Convoy parking lot commune has erected its first teepee.
Conscript reporting.
Do you think it will survive the upcoming harsh winter weather conditions? Mutrimost I-89, thank you for the follow.
See how it's good to see a big family work like that? Yeah, it's a beautiful family.
They lost the pole. Looks great, guys.
We're doing.
What is the point? What was the point of erecting a teepee? That was October 29th. Morning tour of Save the Children parking lot commune in their new barn/dog kennel location. Norman Blanchfield claims they've signed a lease with the property owner. Everyone staying must sign and comply with paperwork to agree with the on-site mandates.
Fait qu'on a fait un tipi hier. On va mettre l'étoile probablement aujourd'hui ou demain. Regardez, gang.
Oh, that would be the funniest
Ils ont fait
ending
si
to
mal
this
les
Cupcake
choses.
Star.
Pourquoi tous ces beaux gens sont ici? Regardez, gang. Ça, c'est juste simplement...
Oh, I hate you so much, Twitter. I gotta scroll all the way fucking back down. Oh, fuck, it's such a dog shit platform. More bad news for the Save the Children Convoy. The convoy leader Norman Blanchfield says a warrant was issued for his arrest earlier today in connection with an August 26th Facebook live stream. Blanchfield, a self-represented himself on Zoom, called the Crown's charges bullshit.
But I was in court today in Zoom, and I talk in Zoom, and I asked, what is my warrant is about? Why I am in warrant? And they said to me, oh, I don't know. Okay, so you don't know, but you put me in warrant. Wow, that's amazing, huh? And they said I do something on my live the 26th August. So I asked my technical group on the Facebook group, Facebook page, to check what live I did. So she showed me the live, and I listened this live. And this live I have nothing. I never did say to nobody to do something illegal. That's my only restriction on Facebook I have. So I did nothing illegal. So it's just bullshit again.
Meanwhile, Matt Venn keeps up with his call-out messages against the leadership of Save the Children, discouraging others from joining. On top of that, he's dropping hints about starting his very own commune.
We have a serious problem to resolve as we speak, okay? We got a problem. The problem is the leadership of the camp, of this movement that's happening right now.
As with every
Bridge
revolution.
to Freedom, Norman Blanchfield, okay? He's uncontrollable. There's some people in this camp that are playing, doing game, activating everything. We must structurize a new camp. I'm telling you, this guy is about to crash all our movement.
He's talking about this guy.
In that camp, there's a lot of bullshit in that camp. Okay? A lot of lies in that camp. People, you're destroying the movement. So be really
How dare you.
careful who you trust.
Vermitten, thank you for the follow.
Soft time creates soft men. Soft men create hard time. Hard men create soft time. You have to understand, people, it's not a joke.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Pretty much, as far as I know, the only Trotskyist Twitch streamer. Sometimes we'll read theory and stuff. I keep meaning to read Trotsky part 2 of the transitional program, and he's also got a banger article on the quote-unquote Jewish problem, about where he talks about creating an Jewish ethno-state would be a bloody trap.
We're about to destroy what we build. People, wake up. Stop accepting all of this. God damn, I can't believe we went that far. But now it's time to stop this nonsense, this lying, this lack of leadership, this lack of control.
So yeah, the parking lot commune is heading into crisis due to a lack of leadership, and that's something again we hear constantly over the analysis of failed revolutions throughout the 20th century. Right. So we mentioned a little bit about the barn that they moved onto. What about that barn? Farmer denies giving Save the Children Convoy land to build a permanent community outside Ottawa. So at some point they were moving away from the area that was designed for sewage and slaughterhouse blood to be dumped out of that parking lot to a barn around the corner, a couple of fields over. Found you while I was busy with the thing. Oh, okay, right on. Yeah, do stop by. Every Friday night we talk about Marxist theory and what's going on around the world. Farmer denies giving Save the Children Convoy land to build a permanent community outside Ottawa. Convoy leaders misled supporters and donors by claiming they are building a permanent self-sustaining community at a local farm. When an old friend told Chet Wiggins, great name, a group of travelers were offering to fix his barn, the 59-year-old Eastern Ontario farmer could not believe his good luck. They're going to fix that for me? I told him, you got to be kidding. To be sure, Chet hasn't been on a lucky streak these last few years. After sinking his life savings into building a dog kennel on his farm to support him and his wife in retirement, Chet was diagnosed with cancer a year ago. Then an extreme weather event swept down from the Ottawa Valley and damaged his barn. One side's caved in, and missing parts of it that ripped off. Chet is apologetic about how he pronounces words, explaining that his doctors had to remove half his tongue to stop his cancer from spreading. While recent MRI scans have given him a hopeful prognosis, he now faces physical and financial challenges maintaining the 100-year-old hobby farm where he's lived for 2 decades and cares for 24 rescue animals. Okay, this guy sounds based as all hell. I told him I can't afford to do it. Explained that the group of traveling men made him a deal he couldn't possibly decline. We could use a place to stay for a while, and in return, we'll help fix up your place. Chet hasn't heard of the Save the Children Convoy and doesn't talk politics with his guests, though he's aware the men were camping out in a field around the corner from his farm along with 60 to 70 campers for the last 3 weeks. I didn't know anything about it. I wasn't involved with them. I didn't know if they're Freedom Convoy, and to be honest with you, it doesn't matter to me as long as they're not violent people. Chet was unaware his guests have explicitly called for arresting politicians and installing a new government, or that their supporters expressed concerns about potential violence. A number of other Save the Children Convoy members have faced recent criminal charges in connection with their chaotic protests in downtown Ottawa. He's also seemingly unaware of Save the Children Convoy's messages revolving around anti-LGBTQ paranoia and far-right pedophile conspiracies. The leaders of the Save the Children Convoy announced plans this week to relocate their base camp near Castleman 2 kilometers down the road to a new permanent location where they will live all year round and stage daily convoys into Ottawa. The permanent location is Chet's farm. First images are rolling in from the Save the Children Convoy commune, which is currently under construction in Saint Isidore, Ontario. Convoy organizers are billing it as a permanent year-round community and will boast it will be warm in the winter with its own kitchen. They also claim that they're going to have like a community garden and stuff for it.
We got a permanent camp now. We're going to build a community, and we're going to keep pushing forward. So I suggest you come on down and check it out. Yeah, this is the spot. There's going to be warm in the winter, you know, kitchen all built up nice and everything.
Yeah, because the old kitchen gave everyone the fucking stomach flu. Photos posted in the Save the Children Convoy private Facebook group show convoy members stockpiling food and supplies in the basement of Chet's barn, where a wanted poster featuring a mugshot of Justin Trudeau is hanging. Ooh, got him. Another video shows convoy members clearing dirt from the rafters without use of a respirator mask, because obviously masks kill people. Freedom George even suggested that come spring, the convoy could use the farm to plant seeds and garden. The fellow that owns us, we're not going to say any names, he actually wants us to stay and build a community here, a safe place. So come springtime, there's going to be gardens being planted and stuff like that, Freedom George said on a Convoy podcast. This could be a generational thing that we have, added Convoy podcaster Jason Levin. Again, these people don't have fucking jobs. That's crazy. Like, do you not have a house that you pay mortgage on? This could be a generational thing that we have. Chet couldn't say for sure what Freedom George and other convoy leaders were talking about, and insists he never agreed to building any hippie communes in his backyard. They're not staying permanently, Chet clarified. They're here to help me out, and there's lots of work to be done. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing. They just said they'd come help me, and when there's no more work for them, they said they'd be on their way. I don't plan to have 100 people in the barn sleeping in it, Chet added, laughing. If I could do that, I'd be a slumlord. Chet anticipates only 12 people will be staying at his farm while the rest remain at the existing base camp 2 minutes down the road. One possible explanation for the mixed messages could be simple miscommunication. Save the Children Convoy leaders are widely advertising Chet's home address online and currently organizing a convoy from Quebec to bring in reinforcements next week. Facebook event page lists over 130 individuals who have already confirmed or expressed interest in joining the convoy to Chet's farm. Oh my God. This poor guy. Chet also concedes it's possible his guests aren't the good Samaritans they present themselves to be. But he says he simply can't afford not to roll the dice and take a chance. I'm at the end of my rope. It's been hell trying to cut my grass over the summer. They said they're going to fix my big shed and they're going to help me do the roof of my house. Maybe I'm taking a risk. I've done it before. Sorry my language. I've been fucked before. Whatever the Save the Children Convoy is planning to do with this farm, Chet hopes it helps get him back on his feet so he can look after the dogs. He notes with good pride that a local health inspector once told him his kennel was by far the nicest that she's ever seen during her 23 years on the job. The kennel features spacious log cabin, themed enclosures for dogs. The big ones, we call them cottages, and smaller ones are called cabins. It cost me almost $40,000 to do it. It's a labor of love. Okay, so this guy sounds awesome, and it sounds like he's getting absolutely swindled and hoodwinked by these dipshit Freedom Convoy people. Oh, God. This is like genuinely sickening now at this point. So, okay, 25th of October, Save the Children Convoy organizer expressed deep disappointment. I feel betrayed. I'm done.
That I've been heavily involved
He's disgusted by the lack of support and says, you deserve the tyranny of these secret cities, secret societies, and 15-minute cities.
On the road all across the country, trying to boister support. Met with thousands of people, talked to them face to face. I'm going to tell you, I feel betrayed. Not by him, because his heart's in the right place and he's doing all the right things. But by the country, by the people, they kind of disgust me. I got to be honest. Oh yeah, man, we're going to be there, man. We're there, man. Let me give you an example of one of the calls we got the day before we headed up there. This 1%er guy, I'm not going to say who, someone we know, calls us up. He was supposed to be coming with us. When he was originally approached, he said, oh yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm quitting my job tomorrow. I'm coming. Okay, cool. He calls up that evening, and I heard it because I was sitting right beside them with the phone on speaker. And the reason he gave he couldn't come is because his cat needed an operation. As far as I'm concerned, and from what I can see from my observation, this country's done. Because nobody will give up the little bit of comfort they have left to make anything happen that's going to make any difference. We drove 2,000 miles up there. We got there, and there was an RV and a car. 2 people, 2 vehicles. That's it. After months and months and months of, oh, we got this, bro, we got this, oh, we got this. I really thought that this whole thing was being led by the Lord, but obviously it's not. It's not His will. The fact that there are secret societies and there are people that are gathering together. I'm done. I'm done telling people anything. I'm done explaining my views to people. I'm done explaining myself to people. If you're not willing to get off the internet and come down and help, then you deserve everything you get. You deserve every inch of the tyranny that you get. You deserve the 15-minute cities. You deserve it all.
That's right. 15-minute cities are also, bureaucratic containment centers, is what these guys believe. Meanwhile, you have to show paperwork and ID, and you're not when you enter the commune. So no one showed up for the revolution. Gee, I wonder why. What is it that we always say, chat? Without revolutionary theory, there can be no revolutionary movement. And these guys' theory is based on it's based on like chakras and meditation and horse jerking off or whatever it is they were doing. I don't know. How is this going to help us take over Canada again? Why am I jerking off horses? More Save the Children Convoy infighting, October 24th. Convoy influencer Mathieu Venn, who was banned from their base camp for talking to CBC. Oh yeah, so this guy talked. Oh, okay, yeah, no, we've seen this guy before. This was the guy in the car. He was ranting about this guy. This okay. Yes, he's now banned from the commune because he talked to the media. So we have our Benedict Arnold here.
About camps. Yesterday, what happened? No. I'm not willing to accept it, and I won't work against them, but I won't work with them. What happened to me yesterday was a disrespectful thing to do. I was going and get my stuff. But the leader decided to go all out. Then I just go get my stuff that I lent you, that I lent everyone at the camp. And that's how you're gonna treat me? You think you're gonna put me out? Because you're a bridge to freedom? Yeah, okay, that bridge to freedom. Grab the bridge and get the fuck out. That's what I'm gonna say. Because that's what you said yesterday to me. I'm gonna repeat it to you, my friend. Get the fuck out of Wellington Street regular. Okay?
All right, cool. Yeah, anyway, not at all unhinged. So here's the location. 2 minutes around the corner, there's our base camp on Concession Road towards St. Isidore, Ontario. So this was the original. And yeah, here's the parking lot commune here, where the Portaloo company was dumping slaughterhouse waste and blood that they were camping on top of, as well as like Portaloo waste. He was just dumping it here. And then they swindled this guy out of his barn. Probably no practical way to get these people out of there. After promoting and encouraging others to stand up and join, right-wing nutjob influencer Freedom George, Tyson Billings, exited the Save the Children parking lot comment. Oh, shit, so we lost Freedom George.
Place. So we appreciate all the help. And, you know, people are coming through and they're helping cook for a week, 5 days, whatever, help doing construction and that. You know, we there's lots to do at this new location. And we want to build a community and build a community here, a safe place. So, you know, come springtime, there's going to be gardens being planted and stuff like that. And it's really cool. It's a really great idea. And then there'll always be a place. And there's going to be other places that are popping up too. So when it's time to protest, you know, if we're still at this, you know, hopefully we're not, but we have places to congregate and get together. So
the next day.
But I wanted to let everybody know that I'm back in Alberta for a while. I have to take care of my life over here. And as you can see behind me, it is winter. So I hope somebody over there takes the reins and keeps things going. I don't know who you are, but I hope you keep pushing forward over there and keep the pressure on the tyrants and the liars and the people that are not telling the truth. Keep the pressure up over there while I'm gone.
Okay, don't dox me, YouTube, or whatever it is that you do. The next day, Save the Children Convoy is literally covered in animal blood and human shit. Yeah, this was pretty funny. Yeah, we already covered this. It's run by a local septic tank cleaning company that dumps all their shit there. We saw that already. More bad news for the Save the Children Convoy. All right, that's right. Yeah. Leak text shows more infighting at Save the Children parking lot commune. Accusations are circling from multiple attendees about Norman's impulsive rage. I forget which one Norman is. Hey, bro, I don't know if you heard. He punched a guy in the face that visited camp today. Guy peasant. He didn't want to call the cops because he has his kids. Norm is seriously a loose cannon. People are seeing you regarding solid and make sense. I was also mentioned. Lots of red flags. Keep the good spirit. Cops are going to arrest him soon. He's violent with people. It's getting around. Take care. Following you. If you have something together, I'll go visit. But for now, Norm is fucking up everything. Okay, so this is the guy that said bad shit on his live stream that he got arrested for. And clearly he had something to say to this.
Happened something. I pushed someone. I don't have the right to do it. The guy was yelling to push 2 inches in my face and spit in my face when he was yelling, and I pushed him. But that not give me the right to do it. It's not something you can say, oh, you have the right to push the guy. No, I'm sorry about that for this action. I'm human, guys, and I have a lot of patience. And the people, they see that, they didn't see before. There was a lot of love, 1 hour, 5 guys around me to criticate me.
He has a history of violent behavior. This was just weeks ago.
You fucking bitch! Get out! Get out! Get the fuck out!
God bless you.
That's attempted murder, you Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out, you fucking bitch! Get out!
So here's Norman Blanchfield, February 2020, throwing hot coffee at the press. Same guy.
Don't touch my camera. I have to go with that. If you touch me again, don't touch me again, man. Cameraman. Hey, don't touch my camera.
These people are fucking nuts. Throws the coffee and walks away. What a bitch. Summary. A lease agreement exists but doesn't exist, has not been signed. There are leaders but no leaders. There are hundreds, but Chet admits that hundreds are not there. It's a permanent location, but Chet says it's not. It all sounds confusing because it is. So Chet, remember, is the farmer, landowner guy. So here's the farmer. Owner of the barn kennel property made an appearance addressing rumors of the Save the Children parking lot commune. He clarified that he considers them family. He understands that they are freedom people. They are not allowed to sleep in the barn. Okay, I'm just going to skip that. As the weather gets colder, the pleas for mutual aid and fighting against socialism in the Save the Children parking lot commune heat up to urgent. Urgent. Need propane, gasoline, diesel, food, wood stove with fireplace, trailer, semi-trailer. Thank you very much. Save the Children Convoy is inventing some bizarre rumors. Namely, they're claiming I pretended to be a dog kennel customer to trick a farmer into talking to me. I keep all my receipts, and here's audio proving I identified myself to Chet Wiggins as a journalist. So this is the original journalist that writes the PressProgress articles.
So Donald, here's what we've learned this morning. There was a reporter who pretended to be a customer because Chet runs a dog kennel. So he called up and pretended to be a a customer.
Hello?
Hi there.
Yes.
Am I talking to Chet?
Yes.
Chet's the
hey,
farm.
yeah,
He's the landowner, farmer guy. We got. Oh, come on! I fucking hate you so much, Twitter.
Who's this?
My name's Luke. I'm with PressProgress.
He clearly identifies himself.
With PressProgress.
Press who?
PressProgress.
Okay, is that
Yeah,
is that?
it's like a newspaper, like a news organization.
Oh, okay.
40 minutes later.
Just for because my wife was just asking, but I didn't want to cut you off.
Yeah.
Your name again from where?
Yeah, I'm Luke LeBrun from PressProgress.
Okay, just a second.
Sure.
Just a second. Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. And your name again?
Yeah, my name's Luke LeBrun, and I'm with PressProgress.
Luke. Can you spell your last name?
Sure, it's Lebrun.
Oh, Lebrun. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And what is the paper?
Anyway, apparently this took 40 minutes, but yeah, no, he clearly identified himself with his name and where he's from, and they're claiming that a journalist was pretending to be a dog kennel customer. We are now looking for work in exchange on a farm in the region: beef, veal, lamb, chicken, pork, and others. Notice they don't actually ask for any other essentials. They're just calling for meat, offering themselves up in exchange for meat. And then 12 of them went to Parliament. Boy, that's a huge turnout. This is the dog kennel crew. It might be. Might be someone else. I don't know. Good morning. Camp is currently without power to advise visitors. We have electricity, but we can't provide it to the visitors. We are already at max capacity. So the vehicles that are arriving to the camp, they can't get any electricity because they're already maxed out. I can't wait for the farm owner to get the bill. And so this is 3 hours old now. This is the final cherry on top is what I love about this. Save the Children parking lot commune has established checkpoints at the entrance and exit, demanding paperwork to be signed along with IDs to be presented, plus to surrender any liability claims. Isn't this what they feared the Canadian government would do to them? So here's a checkpoint. Here's a liability waiver. So if you get hurt or if anything's stolen, any of your property taken, they're not liable. Well, the barn restoration's coming along well, it seems, clearly. And yeah, here's a big red ID. It says digital ID with the red circle and a line through it. Yeah. Anyway, you keep on trucking, you weird ass convoy people. Again, trying to do a revolution without any of the theory or ideas or even like the right reasons. It's nothing says freedom like legal paperwork. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what the Freedom Convoy's been up to the last couple of weeks. We'll keep an eye on them. Endless, nonstop source of fun. Thank you.